is anybody like a diehard Trump fan in particular? Because me, I'll tell you the truth, I don't and none of the motherfuckers to be honest. But I have conservative. I vote policy. I don't give a damn about none of these dudes' personality. Right? I don't like none of them. I don't like politicians in general. So I vote on policy and pocketbook. That's how I go. Right? I don't think
Policy
any
and
one of
what?
them are
What was
good.
that?
I'm not going to say.
Policy and what?
I'm not going to say
Pocketbook.
policy
Pocketbook.
and pocketbook. I don't believe that you could say that Trump is racist, and that's fine, and I won't even try to doubt that. But you can't deny that Biden is absolutely also racist, right? They both are, right? That's just what it is, and I don't like either one of them.
Both sides are a cesspool. Didn't I start with that?
Yeah, absolutely, that's correct, and I absolutely agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is, I'm not sure who's a diehard Trump fan here. Me, all of my views have been the same before Trump. Like, it will be if Trump fall off the map right now, I'm still going to vote for whoever's in the conservative pocket. I don't care. It could have been somebody else. Trump wasn't my first pick. It wouldn't have been who I would have grabbed for the primary, period, right? But that's fine. That's who we have right now, who's representing the policies that I am more for. I can't ever get attached to a persona, man. None of that stuff. It's all trash. I'm just going by the policies. And we've been married to the Democratic Party for far too long without them really doing anything for us.
You know what? We do not take onus on why we vote and what we vote for. At the local level, we're not reaching out to our representatives or aldermen or congressmen and pushing what we want. All we doing is going and voting. We're not out there grassroots. Okay, our neighborhoods needs this. You know who are doing that? The Asians, the Jewish people, and other ethnicities. They're out there. You know what we do on the day? Facts. Yo, let's go vote. Boom, and just hit Democrat.
Generally,
so it's
generally,
our fault.
Yeah, that's,
so who are you arguing with then, Kenny? Because you ain't arguing with us. Because we're literally saying, okay, we need to stop. He just said stop blindly voting for Democrats.
Okay, but I'm not.
Well, can we stop blindly voting for Republicans too?
Yes. And I said it was a cesspool.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Instead, open your eyes and vote for the policy that best suits you.
Okay.
Now, what policy currently in the last, we'll say, what policy has best suited Black men, since this is King Talk, in the last 15 years?
Well, Shan, to Kenny's point, the policies aren't determined through the president. And if you don't go locally, then what's the point of you voting? Everything we're speaking is fluff, because we're voting on a president, which we needed to vote prior to the president and need to vote more on local circumstances. Here we are having an argument about the president, which leads us to that Republican versus Democrat thing that I said earlier. And we keep saying that we're doing policy, but we're speaking political party. We're not speaking policy.
But the president literally, they picked the Supreme Court.
The president has power to convene. You know, he has the power to sign in treaties. He has the power to convene Congress. He has the power to at least push and or put certain laws and or not veto certain laws that could be to our benefit. I know as a single individual, he doesn't have that. But that's not, make no mistake, to think that he's not worthy of doing something for us, which is the case. That's what Kenny just said. LGBT they loved Obama, but then when it came to Black issues, Kenny himself said Obama had a stack of things that he wanted to do for Black folk, but he couldn't get it done. My thing is,
yeah, Mitch McConnell wasn't watching that.
If we don't have the presidential conversation, Sean, then what conversation do we have?
Congress, Senate, local officials, mayors. That's what conversation we need to be more well-versed in prior to the conversation with the president. President is like looking at the finals in the NBA. Yeah, if they look at the finals in the NBA, yeah, you could have a lot of excitement. It rejuvenates our energies and competitive spirits.
I think you trivialize the power of that executive order, brother. That executive order is don't trivialize the power of that executive order. When Asian Americans was getting attacked, soon as Biden came into office, I think they was getting jumped in Georgia, they was getting beat up on in California, and the lobbyists hit Washington and start putting things in action. What executive order did we create for Asians?
Lobbyists.
Exactly.
Lobbyists. Are you
Biden just
are you
dropped an
calling in
executive
on
order
the
today.
lobbyists? The lobbyists did that.
That put pressure on the president to write an
Okay,
executive
the
order.
lobbyists put the pressure. That we need to identify who
Put the
those
pressure
and
on
how.
the president.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that. We shouldn't have a black caucus. Listen, we should. Where are they? Where is the Congressional Black Caucus today? Have we even heard from them in the last fucking year? That's the point. Is the people that they lobbied on the president to make things happen, and that was written by executive order. That was the president Biden that put in the Asian American Violence Against Asian American Protection Act or whatever it was in record time. That was Biden that did that.
You're right, but the point that I'm making is that the lobbyists, our issue in the black community, caucus, etc., we don't have enough unity and or trust in each other to become these lobbyists that force the president to do certain things that he's supposed to do.
That's a bar.
If we're not addressing that, then what is the point of addressing again the finals? Why are we addressing who should be in the finals when in fact we can look at the teams probably getting there?
Well, all right, we gotta get Darwin now.
Voting. Go ahead, JR.
Go ahead, Darwin.
I mean, I don't really get into politics, but what I can say is, I mean, all I do is focus. I do and the guys I go in business with, we just focus on what's best for business, and we try to level ourselves up to a point where none of these things or none of these personalities that these politicians have an effect on us to where we can't handle it, adjust, come back to the drawing board and move forward. So I get what everybody's saying, and they talking about what's best for the people as a mass. But the way I've been operating lately, haven't been connected to a mass, and it's no shade to my people or a group or culture or anything. It's just that's what's best for what I'm doing now in my family. So wish y'all the best luck with the politics.
So if you were to get a contract for privatized jails and you just needed to pile in for it, you would?
Say that again?
If you were to get a contract with you and whomever you do business with for an addition of privatized jails, you would invest with it if you saw
I wouldn't associate myself with imprisoning people. I do have a contract with but the information is classified. You got to have an SEI.
You said you do have a contract with something, and then you went.
Well, I can't disclose that information unless I can confirm.
Okay, I don't want that. So
Kenny, he did say he wouldn't associate with imprisoning. So he
I wouldn't associate my.
Okay, Marcus, he a big boy. He can speak for himself.
I got you.
Okay, so when I said that, it may be something implied that it's associated with something close to it, but you prefer to keep moms due to the respect to your project, yes?
No, it's nothing that I do is got anything to do with hosting a facility and or investing in a facility that imprison human beings.
Okay, let's move from that. You said you're out of the pocket when it comes to matters of politics, even though it may affect you down the road or presently as you do business. So you turn a blind eye to it unless it knocks on your front door. Yes?
Yeah, it does knock on the front door, but it typically knocks on the front door at business. So typically like what Trev said, I think he said somewhere along the lines of policy and stuff like that. So when those things change, especially when it comes to the financial side or the federal government side, then there's some adjustments we got to make. So I'm not the head over there. I'm just a transmission protocol specialist. I work in back end. I don't have anything to do with those changes, but I'm in the meetings. So a lot of that stuff requires a clearance on a high level. And it really, like I said, I really don't really get into the politics side. unless it's that. And then even in that, I'm really not the head over there, but I do listen, and it is good for me to be a part of it and understanding how it affects the business and how we move. So, and what like I said earlier, what I learned is just to try to personally level myself up to a point where none of these things that goes on with these politicians' personality can affect me and my family. I haven't experienced it yet. God forbid it happen. And I just pray that I'll be able to deal with it if it comes knocking on my door personally.
But here's the thing. It's not their personality. It's what they enact. The nepotism, the lobbyists, as for their interests and how it trickles down to you and how your nuclear family is taken care of. Do you believe that's important? Yes or no?
I don't really think any of those things you said affect how my nuclear family is taken care of. Only I can do that. I'm head of the household. So unless you can give me some examples on how that could correlate to how it affects my nuclear family.
Well, he's talking about the swamp. He's talking about the swamp, Darwin. You know, he's talking about the bureaucracy of everything that trickles down to your gas prices and how much a carton of eggs at home and a gallon of milk costs. How much your property taxes? What about your property? Because you own your home, so your property taxes, things like that.
I'm exempt for those.
What Kenny is asking is, does all those people way up there that seemingly don't touch you, does their policies matter to you when everything that they're deciding on can come and get you on the back end on how much you pay for a car or how much school costs for your children?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it has some effect on the numbers, fluctuating up and down depending on who gets in office, but not to the degree of where it would make it difficult for me or make it challenging for me to adjust or approach it in a way that whereas I can make, changes for the best interest of the family moving forward. And I think that's what it's all about is, I mean, you want to try to shed light on how it affects a mass of people. Because you feel like you belong to this mass of people, but sometimes I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes I don't even feel like I belong because of how everybody moves, and I don't even think we move in a unit to where it's safe to say that we all belong to a mass group that has a mutual interest on a level to where we should be caring or should be putting a lot of energy towards it.
Where's Rilla? We need Rilla for that community discussion again.
Yeah, he gonna go all day with that.